take you first to another issue. You know, you get up this morning, scrolling through your phone, checking your news feed, having a cup of coffee, and then there's this headline: U.S. port workers begin nationwide strike. Okay, good. Now, you could just blow this off because the ports and, dock workers sounds distant,
It was the worst season of The Wire.
Okay.
Right. So it's the kind of the one you skip, sure. I feel like.
Okay, this one is about to reach out right into your home, your wallet, your daily life. So I need to explain what's coming our way. First, in week 1, in the first week, you might not notice much. So there's no reason to panic. You can go and, go to the store and stock up on some things, but there's no reason to run out and do that this week. Your online orders are still arriving. Maybe you hear a blip on the news about some ships stuck offshore. For a few industries hinting at some delays, but for most people, life is going to go on as normal in week 1. It started last night. Now, behind the scenes, things are starting to shake and crack a little bit. Retailers, manufacturers, and businesses that depend on regular shipments are beginning to feel the pinch in week 1. The just-in-time supply system, that we all learned about in COVID, that's beginning to have a little bit of a strain, and it's starting to wobble a little bit. And while the shelves are still full for now, the stock rooms in the back are running thin. By week 2, by the second week, you're going to start feeling things. So next week, maybe midweek, if it's still going on, maybe you head for the store and something as simple as bananas or a pair of new shoes, suddenly the shelves aren't as full. Some items just aren't there. Fresh avocados or berries that you've gotten used to, they're sitting on ships waiting to dock. And it's not just food, it's electronics, it's clothing, even toys for your kids. They start becoming harder to find. Prices, by week 2, they may start on some items to inch upward. Businesses are now scrambling to get their hands on what's left, and the competition drives up costs. That cheap TV that you were thinking of buying, you may have to add anywhere from 10 to 30% to the price tag by the end of week 2. If you were planning on doing some home repairs or upgrades, good luck. All of the tools and materials are sitting in crates, gathering dust at the ports.
All right. This is Proverbs 1:22. How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. I want to start off by giving all praises. Let me say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Halala Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Racha Kodash. All right, double honors to my apostles, elder bishops here in Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the Lord's hopeful elect scattered abroad. All right, I'm the brother Taza War from the GMS New Jersey camp, and just doing a quick video. The strikes have started down at the ports, and saw this video a little bit earlier from Glenn Beck. Fair use. I'm not using this video for any monetary gain, just for educational purposes, right? Fair use. And just want to tune in into what he was talking about in case brothers missed any reports on what's going on. We're watchmen, so we're watching to see what the Lord will say. And the Lord speaks, by what he performs in this earth, by destruction, signs in the heavens, the things that go on, the current events. Because 2 Esdras 9 tells us to measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest parts of the signs past, then thou shalt know it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. All right, so it's all about measuring the time within itself. So we're gonna stay on this, all right, because it could be a big thing. It could end all tomorrow, it can end next week, or it can go on and become a crisis, right? As Glenn Beck is talking about it, first week, right, you don't notice anything. Second week, you notice a little bit. And that third week, which I'm gonna continue the video, like, we know the spiritual numbers, right? 3 means understanding, right? you're going to understand that this is a real crisis. All right. And Jake out here, it's so simple. They don't give a shit. They don't even know what's going on. All niggas is going to talk about, Lord's willing, this thing go down. It progresses that way into Jacob's trouble. The water, Yahweh Bashim Shai, Lord's willing, right? That it progressive into Jacob's trouble. Jake gonna be out here trying to figure out why. All right, but they don't pay attention. And how Glenn Beck started, he started off saying how this is something that you would just overlook. You don't pay no mind to it. You would just overlook it, but it's really something to watch. Besides everything else that's going down. Okay, just keep in mind that a famine of your food and items and things you may need is coming, man. Lord's willing. So let me see. I brought out Proverbs 1:22. How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. All right, only a fool would hate the know. Have knowledge and be aware of things. If you want to stay in the blind, well, that's on you. We of the knowing. All right, the Lord have given his hopeful elect faith, and we have to act upon that faith. Now is the time, as the scriptures say, now is the time, it's high time to awake out of sleep, for salvation is nearer than when we believe. All right, roughly paraphrasing. So we want to increase our faith at this point and be ready. Scriptures talk about being ready for the day of the battle. We don't know what's going to befall and take place in our lives in the next second, next hour, next minute. But when these things do go down, what are we going to stand on? We're going to stand on faith. All right, in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai Bashim Rakakwadash. All right. So it says, how long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity, and scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. All right, now I went over that verse yesterday. So without further ado, let's continue on in this video.
This is also a problem because of the hurricane. Anything that you get at Home Depot is going to be in short supply because of the hurricane, and by week 2, the dock workers strike. Now, by the third week, if it goes on that long, now we're getting into some problems. It's no longer just a shortage of bananas or phone chargers. Entire industries begin to slow down. Factories that rely on parts from overseas, just in time, can't keep running. So the workers in those factories, people you might know, maybe it is you, are getting furloughed, sent home without pay because there's nothing for you to build. Grocery stores begin to ration some items and limiting on some items how much you can buy. Now, at this point, the strike is not a nuisance. This is week 3. This point in week 3, it becomes a crisis. The online orders you placed, delayed, weeks out. Businesses are pleading with the government for help by now, but not overseas, just in time, can't keep running. So the workers in those factories, people you might know, maybe it is you, are getting furloughed, sent home without pay because there's nothing for you to build. Grocery stores begin to ration some items and limiting on some items how much you can buy. Now, at this point, the strike is not a nuisance. This is week 3. This point in week 3, it becomes a crisis. The online orders you placed, delayed, weeks out. Businesses are pleading with the government for help by now, but even if the strike ended in week 3, it would take weeks to untangle the mess at the ports. By now, inflation is beginning to rear its ugly head. Everything from groceries to gas to clothes is more expensive than it was just 2 weeks ago. Week 4, this is when it becomes the full weight of the strike is unavoidable, and I believe it becomes a national security problem. And possibly by this time in week 4, it is just one part of what I am looking for, and we'll explain later on the show, a polycrisis. A polycrisis is what will take us out in a knockout blow. And you already have a little bit of a polycrisis with the dock workers and the hurricane. Small businesses are now closing their doors because they can't get their inventory. Grocery store shelves are sparse with some items missing altogether. Your favorite brands might be out of stock. Maybe you head to the hardware store only to find that the building materials you need are either unavailable or so expensive they're out of reach. Now let's talk long term. Timing couldn't be worse because we're heading into fall, and you know what that means. The holiday season. Retailers are counting on the next few months for a huge chunk of their sales, and the Christmas gifts you've been eyeing, there's a good chance they won't make it in time for Christmas.
Yeah, if this strike go on, it's going to affect the pagan holidays. All right, and hey, what you've been planning, all right, to do, you know, Jake that's in the world planning to do for their children and buying them Xboxes and all this stuff, it might not happen. You know, this is the beginning of the end of America, bro. All right, well, this is not just the beginning. It's already been going down, but you seeing the fall of this place, and it's falling from the inside out. Now, as he was speaking, I was trying to figure out, I saw a video a little bit earlier. I didn't download it, but I found it. And just also too, breaking news, because there's so many things going on, man. All right, you had breaking news. NORAD intercepts Russia and Chinese bombers off the coast of Alaska, right? And let me show you in this phone if I can show you, all right, because I didn't download this video. Oh, you know what I do? I'll play it in the background, matter of fact.
We're going to turn now to the dramatic images off the coast of Alaska. For the first time, U.S. and Canadian fighter jets intercepting 2 Russian and 2 Chinese bombers. The incident raising concerns about the growing cooperation between Russia and China.
It was a bold, provocative, and unprecedented move, clearly meant to send a message to America. For the first time ever, Russia and China conducting joint patrol exercises in international airspace off the coast of Alaska and providing these videos to prove it. Launching in darkness from the same Russian base, 2 Chinese and 2 Russian unarmed but nuclear-capable strategic bombers aerially refueling over the Pacific as the U.S. military tracked them all the way. An array of armed American and Canadian fighter jets scrambling and then intercepting the bombers as they came within 200 miles of Alaska. Pentagon officials say they were not surprised by the joint exercises, but the Russians and Chinese made no secret of this mission. They want to reinforce not only their military might, but the partnership that grows deeper every day.
So Russia and China doing drills. Let me make sure, because I believe this just happened. Salakia, bear with me one second.
Unarmed but nuclear-capable strategic bombers aerially refueling over the Pacific as the...
Let me go to Google. Russia and China fly over Alaska.
According to CBS News,
Yep.
In July, 2 Russian Tu-95s and 2 Chinese H-6s entered the Alaska Air Defense Identification Zone, NORAD said. The bombers were intercepted by US F-16 and F-35 fighter jets, along with Canadian CF-18s and other support aircraft, a U.S. defense official confirmed to CBS News.
Right. Okay, they saying in July, right? But when I go down here in Google and I look at the headlines, top stories today, CBS News, The Hill, Newsweek, right? It says dramatic video shows Russia fighter jet flying dangerously close to the aircrafts off Alaska. Then it says that was CBS News. Then you got The Hill. Russia fighter jet flies within feet of the US F-16 near Alaska. Then you got Newsweek, 14 hours ago. NATO's Russian warplane dilemma, right? So I don't know if this video just, maybe this happened in July and they just talking about it now. This is, July 25th, 2024. It says, NORAD intercepts Russia and China bombers operating together near Alaska. So this happened in July. So what they're saying now, about 11 hours ago, dramatic video shows. So the video, I guess, just came out. I'm guessing. Maybe they had the report and now the video has come out, because it's a video. And it says dramatic video shows Russian fighter jet flying dangerously close to the aircrafts off Alaska. Let me see here. Yeah, it's the same story. Jet flying dangerously close to aircrafts off Alaska, NORAD says. Right, the Russian fighter jets flew dangerously close to the aircraft deployed by the North American Aerospace Defense Command off the coast of Alaska, according to the video posted Monday by NORAD. Okay, so they just posted the video. In a 15-second video posted to social media, a military jet can be seen flying off the feet away from a NORAD aircraft as in speeds by, banking to its left and right. NORAD said it had deployed plans to fly a safe and disciplined intercept of the Russian aircraft in the Alaska Air Defense Identification Zone, a zone that is behind U.S. sovereign airspace, but an area in which aircraft are expected to identify themselves. So they just showing you that they that close and they can do damage. You know how the war tactics go. And they just released this footage. This probably happened back in July, but they just released the footage to the public. So this is showing you that Russia is letting you know, China is letting you know, we can hit you, we can get you. So anyway, I thought that to be interesting because I saw that a little bit earlier. So the video is surfacing now, but it happened.
U.S. military.
But it happened back in July. All right.
Track them all the way.
That's why everything we watch, we got to look it up. We got to really look into it. All right. It's so many things that are happening that you just know that this place is really coming to an end. All right. It's coming to an end, man. So let me bring out these precepts that I had. And this is getting on Jake, because the Lord is going to come like a thief in the night. All right. And he's going to judge 2/3 of his people here in Babylon the Great.
This is not a test. The United States has been subjected to a nuclear attack. The North American Aerospace Defense Command has detected the launch of 12 nuclear missiles aimed towards the mainland United States. 4 of the 12 missiles launched have been intercepted. The 8 remaining nuclear missiles will strike the following locations in the next 15 to 20 minutes: Los Angeles, San Diego, Chicago, Houston, Phoenix, New York City, Philadelphia, and Seattle. Within a 300-mile radius of these areas, everyone should seek out a fallout shelter as soon as possible. Make sure you have enough food, drink, and a battery-operated radio. Wait until
we gotta go to the police station or something.
Fuck, you can't go to no fucking police station.
We gotta go to war now. Oh my God. I knew it. I knew it. That's I blame you. Voting for Joe Biden.
Man, this is not no time to be trying to.
No. If you didn't vote for Joe Biden, we wouldn't be doing this. I told you not to vote for him.
Man, talking about vote for nobody. Need to take shelter. They tell you what the fuck to do.
Hide under the bed then. Go with Joe Biden. Hide under the bed then.
Hide under the fucking bed. You got to go.
So let me bring this out. Jeremiah 4:20. Destruction upon destruction is cried, for the whole land is spoiled. Suddenly are my tents spoiled, and my curtains in a moment. How long shall I see the standard and hear the sound of the trumpet? For my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are shot as children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. And that's Jake. We identify with the curses, man. All right? The Israelites are the so-called Negro, Latinos, and Native American Indians, man. The 12 tribes of Israel, without a shadow of a doubt. All right? Our people, all right, the Israelites, and I mean 2/3, are foolish. He says, my people are foolish. They have not known me, meaning they don't pay attention to what the prophets of the Lord is saying. They don't even care. All right? But they're going to care when the Lord come knocking on their door with these crises that they're going to have to deal with. And then you're going to look for the Lord. That reminds me of Proverbs, the 1st chapter. How he said, they shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. All right? I believe that's Proverbs, the 1st chapter. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken. And he said, I will mock at your calamity. He will mock when your fear come. Because Jake is hard-headed. Right? It says, for my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children. Sottish means stupid. So the Lord is calling his people stupid, man. And when you look at them, they all doped up on weed, you know, drunk as hell all day long, standing by the corner store. The women are whores. Every time they walk past a goddamn mirror or car window, they looking at their ass. They out here getting butt shots, getting, you know, BBLs. You know, these women and these men are foolish. They're sottish. Really stupid when you think about just logicness, if that's the word. By just using logic, it shows you the common sense in Jake. They're just stupid, you know. Why would you, you know, destroy your body? And one of my one of my homeboys who I played ball with in college, you know, had just passed away a few days ago, and I'm gonna get more information on it. But I know he was a heavy drinker. You know, a party, and I can't believe even at this age, he probably was possibly still partying and drinking like we used to back in the day. You know, but he just passed away. Salaki, I just thought about him because of the folly that Jake get into. Like, it's common sense. Take care of yourself. You know, you probably hit the gym, do your walk. You know what I mean? Especially if you was an athlete before, it becomes second nature to you. If you was an athlete in school and all that, you know, working out is an easy thing. But you got Jake out here that destroys themselves. They drinking the lean, they can't stop. They want to mimic these rappers, and you're not these rappers. You know, rappers are entertainers. It's just these dumb rappers, young dudes, don't realize that they entertainers. They don't even care because they want to beat it. They want to live that real life of drilling niggas, you know? But anyway, let's continue, right? It says, for my people is foolish, they have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. And you check Jake out, they have none understanding. You ask them what's their nationality, they gonna call themselves a Muslim. You know, it happened over and over, man. You ask Jake, yo, what's your nationality? I'm Muslim. No, what's your nationality? I'm Muslim. It's like, all right, bro, right? It says, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. And I said this in the camp. I had thought about this last week in conversation, and I was saying, you know, give me one thing that, and this is really specifically geared for the tribe of Judah, right? Give me one form of righteousness that the Judite woman has naturally today in 2024. What is one form of righteousness that she naturally has compared to the other tribe of women? I'll take one. I feel like there's none. I can't think of it. I'm sorry, I can't think of it. Comparing her to the northern women, at least northern women are more homebody, family oriented, right? Feminine, but they got their ways. They wicked too, adulterous and things like that. You know, too much sex appeal going on. You know, when the northern women like to look sexy, you know, they got to show off them curves and all that stuff. But at least they have some, you can name some form of righteousness naturally that they have. You know, they stick with their men, take care of their men, even though they're adulterous. You know, all Jake is fucked up. But the tribe of Judah, that black woman, what good is she? She don't want to cook, all right? She want a real man, but instead she wears fake hair. She wears makeup to make herself look fair, as the scriptures say. You know, she got fake nails on, but she want a real man. All she want is a man's pockets. She want money, but she don't want to work. It's like, I'm sorry, bro. Until there's until there's some things to some form of righteousness that somebody can give me, then I will see differently. You know, like I had this conversation before. Salaki, if I'm, you know, staying on the point, I'm gonna get back to the lesson. But there is none. There is none. You know, there is none. All right, very combative, unruly, unthankful. You know, truce breakers. They all that. You know, conniving, sneaky as fuck. You know, adulterous, all that, even though all the tribes are messed up, right? But name one form of righteousness that she has, that's naturally, that she does. There's none. And I'm talking about the tribe of Judah. Anyway, right? Because this come to mind when the Lord called his people foolish. I see it. You know, we see it. When we read these scriptures, we see what the Lord is saying to us through these scriptures. All right? He says, they are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. They have no knowledge, man. So let's move on. Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. So now you understand why the Lord, right, said that. Now you understand why you're going to be destroyed, all right, or why you're being destroyed. It says, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, man. See, it's all about knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Matter of fact, the precept, the knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times. We're going to keep bringing out this word for the Lord's hopeful elect. All right? Because it's all about faith and having the true riches, which the scriptures speak on. The knowledge and wisdom of the Lord, man. All right? Understanding. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding is true riches. Not everybody has the true riches, but we do. So it's important for us to hold on to it, cherish it, all right? You know, and practice while we can to increase our faith in the Lord. All right? So it says, if my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject you. So because you rejected knowledge, the Lord said he's going to reject you. And I'm thinking about Proverbs, the 1st chapter again. Read Proverbs 1 and 22 on down. All right. It says, I will also reject thee. Thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget your children. So the Lord ain't playing. All right. He's going to forget you and your children. That's why it's important for us, man. If we serving the Lord, may the Lord have mercy on us and our family, your immediate family. If you got children, if you got a wife, you know, taking care of your folks, may the Lord have mercy on those that you love. All right. But what is these men gonna do when they don't serve the Lord? Matter of fact, the scriptures say, so what end is it for you? You know, or no, not that one. How it go? There's another scripture, I can't think of the wording, but it kind of gets into that. It's not what end is you. Man, it's Salakia. If brothers if you're watching this lesson, if you know what I'm talking about, you can leave your precepts. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. All right. Salakia. So let's move on, right? And I'll probably close. Well, let's see. 2 Chronicles 7 and 14. If my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin and will heal their land. So now, you know, the Lord not only breaks you down, but he builds you up. And this scripture here is a build up. This is, you know, the Lord said, look, if my people, which are called by my name, which is Yasha'Allah, all right, that's Hebrew for Israel. All right, the Israelites is what? The prince of the power, which makes them sons of the king. Yasha'Allah, he, prince, power. So it says, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves. So these are the keys. Humble yourself, right? And pray. You got to pray. All right, if you ain't praying, you ain't acting upon faith. You're not using faith. Prayer is also an attribute of your faith that's given to you as a gift from the Most High, right? And seek my face. Seek his face is the Bible. Okay, it says, and turn from their wicked ways. So you have to change from the nigger, You can't be the old ninja. Scriptures talk about that, man. Putting away the old man and putting on a new man. For these niggas, for these different guys out here in these different camps that know they Israelites, but still got one foot in the world and one foot in the truth, or thinking that they gonna make this truth about a business of their own to make money, like Sakari and Deacon Hakad and all these dudes, man. You dudes is out of your fucking mind. And watching this video yesterday that I shared with a couple brothers, right, that I saw Sakari, he was getting on Deacon Hakad, or I think that's his name, and he kind of spared her side, but he was getting on Deacon Hakad, that's how you say his name, Salakia, and how he basically spun the narrative that was not brotherly against Captain Tazariak. So Sakari stood up for Captain Tazariak because Deacon Hakad, if that's his name, Salakia, if I'm saying it wrong, basically is lying, you know, not being brotherly, stirring up a narrative, and that's what pushed this. I guess he was talking about the new covenant. Sakari had Captain Cesariak had to defend the new covenant, right? Which that's off. That the Lord brought that out. So brothers, the real men of the Lord, the prophets of the Lord, the true prophets of Yahweh Basham Shah, can get on that, all right, and correct them for those of the elect. That's why that came out. But now what I see, it look like if Deacon Hakai, the Lord got demons fighting demons, you know. Ain't no telling what video he gonna coming at Sakari, if he will. I don't know if he will, but knowing their nature, you do a video on them, they do a video on you, because they so prideful, you know. Or maybe he won't. Maybe he respects Sakari like that. Or maybe he'll come back and now you got them going to war. You got them going to war with each other. And demons versus demons. And then you got this other guy, you got Sakari, Salakia. I saw a video today from a brother with Sakari trying to build one nation. You know, that this nation thing, see, it's all about the elect, man. I mean, that's for another topic, Salakia. But the shit kind of, it's annoying. But the Lord has these things out here because you got false prophets and you got true prophets. This goes back to what I said earlier. What camp out here besides Great Millstone is prophesizing? So anyway, it says, if my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. All right. And that's basically it. Salakia, I ain't gonna make a long lesson. I made a long lesson yesterday, but I was going to go also into Isaiah, the 1st chapter. All right, starting at the 3rd verse. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider. You know, they don't consider this truth. And the only time they're going to consider this truth is when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai come knocking on their door with these crises, with these events. All right, which is during the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, so Lord willing, I pray you edified. You know, if you want to watch the rest of this video, go watch Glenn Beck on his page. All right, what's the title? How the port workers strike will affect you. And he goes into a lot of more details. I got to finish watching myself. You know, I just didn't want to keep playing his whole video. You know, we got to bring out the scriptures, all right, to edify you through the spirit and power of the Lord. Get right, man. Lock in. Apostle Tahar, just speaking about in a few lessons he did. You miss a day, you're going to miss something, man. All right, it's time, you know, to be on fire. It's always been time to be on fire, you know. Want your candlestick to not just be a lit stick, but a flame of fire, man. You know. And doing all we can do in the spirit and power of the Lord, so we get the blood off our hands. May the Lord have mercy on us who truly serve him in sincerity and truth, who really want this kingdom, who really doing his will, man, and sticking to the script and trusting the process. So with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Racha Kodash. Double honors to my apostles, elder bishops here in Great Millstone, who rule well. Salutations to the Lord's elect. Shalom.